Now, the parents of a boy with Down syndrome have criticised the Roman Catholic Church for not allowing him to take his first Holy Communion. In a letter to Claire Ellaby, the Diocese of Leeds said her son Denim, who's 7, had limited concentration and was not ready for the experience.
So the diocese said it hoped Denim would be able to participate in the future. Claire is with us now alongside Denim, and CHRISTINA GANGEMI, who is a disability advisor for the Catholic Church in England and Wales. Very good morning to all of you.
Hello.
Claire, why don't you start us off? You wanted to take Denim to his first Holy Communion. What happened?
I approached the priest of St Mary's Catholic Church in Batley and asked him if, Denim could make his first Holy Communion. When I explained to him that he had Down syndrome and learning disabilities, the priest said that he wasn't taking any more children, on at communion. So I then wrote to the Diocese of Leeds, which I didn't hear anything back for quite a while. I had a meeting on the 15th of December with Michael McQuinn, and he raised matters on Denim's understanding and that he'd have to speak to Denim's head teacher to, see what his level of understanding was. Yeah. On the 5th of January, I received a letter from the Diocese of Leeds saying that...
Don't worry, he's just seen himself on the cameras.
Yeah, it's distracting for any of us.
He saying that Denim was unable to take part in preparations this year due to his, limited concentration.
So you felt that obstacles were being put in your way
yes,
at an important time for you as a family, and you feel that this was specifically to do with Denim.
Well, I tell you what. Well, we'll get Denim sorted out there, Christine. For a lot of people watching this now, hearing this story, they'll be thinking their instinctive response is, why should a young boy like Denim, whatever his situation, not be allowed to carry on with his parents' wishes? I mean, on the face of it from the outside, that looks a pretty straightforward argument.
Yeah, certainly that's something that would be and could be perceived. But indeed it is not the case. The Bishops of England and Wales, and indeed there is a group of national disability advisors in the country, have been working tirelessly for the past 10 years to make sure that situations like this and misunderstandings don't occur. The first thing I want to say is I'm really sorry that you had that experience. In my own diocese in Southwark, I've trained something like 1,000 catechists. A catechist is somebody that takes time to help the children prepare for their first communion. And within that, what we've tried to do is use all the new modern technological and new techniques in special education and apply them to our first
Can I just check?
programme.
Let's follow this through. If Denim remains as he is now in terms of his understanding, are you saying that he cannot ever go through this process?
No, I'm absolutely not saying
So why
that.
not now then?
He absolutely can begin a First Communion programme. We're just in the process of releasing a set of national guidelines which will disseminate good practice across the country and will enable us to spread the good news that within the Catholic Church, from the moment of birth, all children belong, and it isn't about his understanding.
Yeah.
It's about us changing the way we do things.
Is that any clearer for you?
Well, in the letter it did clearly state from the Diocese of Leeds that it was down to Denim's understanding why he wasn't unable to take part this year. I feel really let down by the Catholic faith. I feel that my son has been discriminated. And I'd also like to ask about, these guidelines. I have seen it stated on the Diocese of Leeds website that the Catholic bishops are trying to put new guidelines across, for people with disabilities. And I'm wanting to know if that can involve for the children with understanding, as some children like Denim, they're never ever going to have, some children are never ever going to have that level of understanding. Does that mean that they're going to be denied the Catholic faith?
No, that's the answer, no.
So why not now then? That's what people won't understand. If you can't have a guarantee that Denim's going to understand more in the future, why can't you just make the commitment now?
Absolutely, we are making the commitment. Basically, what we're saying is that and the guidelines will say, but just all the practice that we do daily in our diocese, is that we are disseminating the news, that there are different ways of knowing, and it isn't about understanding, it's about the church beginning to amend its practice to meet the learning abilities and the skills of each and every individual. So Denim will absolutely be able to make his first communion.
Well, thank you all so much for coming on.
Denim's been enjoying looking at himself on
I
the
don't
cameras
think
over
I've
there.
ever had a guest who's enjoyed being on so much. It's been fantastic, Denim.
Can I
Thanks.
just ask, will Denim be able to make his first Holy Communion this year with his friends?
Well, what we've got to do now is engage in a conversation and engage with the diocese and engage with the parish and do everything we can to meet his learning needs.
Right.
And his learning
People,
abilities.
can I just say, people hearing your answer to that very straightforward
think it's
question
a yes.
will think that you're effectively saying no.
No,
I just want a yes or a no.
I can't speak for the parish and I can't speak for the diocese, but I'm absolutely sure it will be possible.
Right, okay, thank you very much.
Thank you all for your time this
We'll
morning.
keep in touch
Thank
with
you.
you.
Denim, thank you very much.
Denim, thank you.
Denim.
Have a lovely day. Thank you.
Let's see, time now, 16 minutes past 8. Coming up on the programme.